was behind the decision to make him a more experienced Spider-Man?
So I think when we were early on, we were talking about the story and the kind of story we wanted to tell. We knew right away we didn't want to do an origin story because people told us pretty quickly they don't want origin stories. And coincidentally, the studio side was doing the younger Spider-Man, which is great. So we thought, what would be a good time in his life to explore? And I just remember back when after I graduated college, what life was like. It's like that. If you're finally an adult now, you're paying your own bills, you have a job for the first time, and trying to make a name for yourself. So we just thought that would be a good opportunity to explore for Peter. And as he meets his mentor and stuff like that, that'd be really cool.
Awesome. What can you tell us about? We saw a whole bunch of villains in their trailer yesterday. They just kept coming. So what can you tell us about the villains we're going to be fighting?
So back at E3 last year, we revealed Mr. Negative, and he plays a pretty big role in the game. And he's a relative newcomer, right? But we also, it's a superhero game. We gotta have superheroes. And back in, like I said, people were like, well, I hope we introduce one new villain. And I was like, that's not enough. And over the last 8 years, he's locked up many villains: Rhino, Electro, Vulture, Scorpion. And again, we've been saying, not only is Peter going to be pushed more emotionally than ever before, but same physically. So it's just, when you have a sense for sense, we thought that would be a pretty good test for a 23-year-old Peter.
We saw someone mysterious right at the end of the trailer.
Yeah, so I figured I'll just spoil it for everybody now. Forget about September 7th, just spoil it now. Well, it's there is a leader, and that person was teased, and when you play the game on September 7th, we'll figure out who it is.
And how do you strike that balance between making a game for people who like the Spider-Man movies, maybe they're fans of the MCU, and then you've got the fans who've been reading Spider-Man comics for years and years and years and years. What have you put in the game for them that they can explore in terms of lore? And how do you strike that balance making a Spider-Man game for everyone?
You guys want me to
Go for it, Brian.
All right. I think what makes the Marvel movie so popular is that they don't just they're so accessible to people who aren't the hardest core fans, right? So we work really hard with whether it's design, art, character, why, to make sure and story, make sure that we're educating who Yuri Watanabe is. Even if you want me or Martin Lee making Negative, we want to make sure that whether it's actually in the game when you're playing a mission or even you're going through our UI, that we educate you on who people are, because we can't assume that everybody knows the characters like we do, right? That's just unfair, because our job is to know what those characters are, right? But I think we want to make sure that it has a level of accessibility. I think everything we do, whether it's swinging, combat, upgrading his character, and then their story and our lore, there's a level of accessibility. We want as many people to play this as possible. I think that's what, comics and the movies do really, really well.
Yeah, and I was going to say too, in Marvel stories, first and foremost, all the characters are humans, right? Who just happen to have extraordinary things happen to them, or happen to have extraordinary abilities. And that's what we're telling here. We're telling a human story. And I think that players, even if they're not Spider-Man fans, will find the story very relatable.
I totally agree. I think that was the biggest thing we said. As much as it's an awesome superhero fantasy, it has the big story. I think that we want it to be a great, interesting story, even if it didn't have a superhero. That's just, that's the layer we put on top. And it's, like I said, it's much of a Peter Parker story as it is a Spider-Man.
I think the other thing is that we work really closely with Marvel to find out the identity of those characters, really what defines that character, and then work not in our universe. Listening to Brian and Bill Roseman and Marvel worked on really well.
Yeah, I think that one thing to remember is this is not based on the movie, or it's not based on a particular comic story. It's our own Spider-Man universe, and the mantra was we want to respect the tradition of the franchise, but we also want to still be free to mix things up. So, for example, in our world, up into this game, most of this has been the big bad. It's all about getting down to this, and then once he's out, they'll open the door to the threat. So, and the great thing working with Marvel is it's so open to pretty much everything. There's some really big things in the game that we haven't revealed yet that I think are going to surprise a lot of people, that they were like, they went to that. And people like Bill and Eric and Mike, they've been unbelievable collaborators on this, along with Tony.
And it's quite amazing that you've been given the freedom to create your own Spider-Man universe. like, I don't know if you can pinpoint a specific moment, but the first day you guys worked on this game and you knew you were going to be creating your own Spider-Man universe, what were the first ideas that came into your head?
I would say the first thing you do is you start to fanboy out. Originally, you're like, well, I want this character, and he's going to do this, and he'll do that. And then the reality sets in that you have to make a Spider-Man game, and you get freaked out to the point of like, there's so much, these characters are beloved by so many people. And then you just break down what's really important about the character. There's so many people on the team that are so love the character. What are the common things we all love about him? And then it's just a really great collaboration between us, Sony and Marvel. And also at the same time, I think that one thing I feel like in the last year or so that really made this game feel really special is that it feels like an Insomniac game.
Right.
Like I remember reading an article a little while back about like 8 things we want to see from Spider-Man, and one of them was I want to see Insomniac in a part of it. So like, if you look at his suit powers, his gadgets, humor, it feels like an Insomniac game. So I think it's one of the things I'm most proud of working on this. So I mean, again, it's not all thanks to the team and all the work they make it really special.
Let's talk a little bit about the combat as we're seeing it, because it's not just, it's the way he's using the environment as well. It was ripping off car doors at one point, now it's pulling like shells down on people. It's incredibly, it's a really expansive fighting system.
Yeah, making him an acrobatic improviser was one of the first sort of touchstones of the combat system. Getting a lot of webs in there and using the environment were 2 key things. It took us a while to get all the web action we could get, like the swing kick that Adam just did, something that we had to sort of discover along the way. But the more webs you have, the more unique Spider-Man can feel. Getting him really acrobatic, so the dodging, the leaping, going into the air is another really important thing for Spider-Man. I love that one, sorry. A little air finisher there. And there's our weapon wheel. Bringing that weapon wheel up, when we finally got that in the game, it's just like, wow, that's an Insomniac. It feels like coming home is an Insomniac, you know?
Yeah.
We're seeing some of it in action now.
And like for us, our experience with self-survive games was like up, like getting ourselves running. But for combat, there's something we haven't really done a big improvement in action game like melee based. So it took a little while, but I would say, a big hats off to the combat team. They really embraced the character, and whether it's the design, the gameplay program, the animation, and then just our characters, the rating team, basically the entire studio. Pretty much. That's the thing is, I would think about Insomniac, it's such a collaborative team effort, and that it wouldn't be possible without those. So to finally see it all kind of gel and come together. Like one of my favorite days at the studio was when we had pretty much everybody represented, even we had UI there, everybody, we were talking about different suit powers, different gadgets, and it was like, I remember walking out of there and telling Ted, our president and CEO, going, this is one of the best weeks I've been in 10 years working at the company.
Wow.
So it's what makes it sound extra special.
And that's what goes back to what you said, it feels like your game.
Yeah.
And that's why.
Yeah.
That makes me, hearing that, big old smile on my face.
What's a smile on our face?
I'm sorry, I'm just watching the combat and
We're more welcome to watch. We can shut up and watch it.
This has been absolutely incredible. And I guess this was like a side mission we picked up?
Yeah, so basically this was an Interdemon base that, so after you take down Wilson Fisk, a new gang comes into town, the Interdemons, and they have different installments throughout, and basically what you're doing is clearing these things out, and after you complete it, you actually get currency that you can use to customize your Spider-Man, so you can use it to unlock a new suit, an upgrade, a gadget, or craft a new gadget, use new suit mods, and I think it really, we realized really early as we showed the game really to people, suits were really important, and people like,
yes,
really important. We've heard all of their requests, and
you're like, yeah.
And Gavin, if you're out there, the Gavin's our lead character, and it's having that kind of that carrot to kind of customize Spider-Man how you want to do. And the phrase that however you look at the like when you're playing, if you go to a cutscene, he's wearing that outfit. So
that's what I like.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it's kind of funny because there's a lot of really big Spider-Man fans on the character team. So then originally we're like, oh, maybe we'll just do a couple, and then just more and more Spider-Man skins kept showing up. Sometimes even without request, right?
My favorite is Gavin, our lead character artist. Well, maybe like a Saturday morning, and he'll just text me a picture of a work in progress suit, and he'll just do it, come on, like dot dot dot, and then I'm emailing Marvel going, so, dot dot dot, and they usually give a thumbs up. So it's just all of us kind of fulfilling a dream that we wanted for a long time. And when you see the other suits in the game, they look so damn good. Like just the materials and everything just so good.
Yeah, that's one of the things I'm most excited about, and I can't wait for fans to play the game and check out how many suits there are. People have been tweeting us forever and asking for all these suits, and I wish I could tell you what they were, but you guys are gonna have our minds blown.
Yeah, there's a lot.
I mean, I would quite happily right now just take this demo and just see what I can find in it. Maybe I wouldn't get that lucky. It says focus bar full. Tell me a little bit about what that means.
Right.
So the focus bar is sort of represents how your flow in combat and traversal, and then you can use that for one of two things. You can either use it to instantly take down an enemy, or you can use it to heal. And so it's a little bit of risk reward in the gameplay system that lets your basically your performance determine how you want to succeed, right? So that's what you're doing. You can actually build that up through like acrobatic combat, whether it's using webs, getting into the air, or actually doing cool traversal moves as well, swinging around the open world.
Rob hasn't taken his eyes off the screen. I don't think Rob doesn't realise he's on the stage anymore. He's just like silent.
Yeah, good question.
Can you climb to the top of the Freedom Tower?
Yeah.
Can you do it?
Not in this
Not in
demo.
this demo.
Yeah, it's on the other side of the city, but yes,
Yeah. Empire State's in this
Yeah.
still.
And also you can go to any,
yeah.
you can go to
I think
that
that's
tower
the
as well if you want.
You can climb on anything.
Yeah, pretty much there's nothing you can't climb on.
Is the whole of New York like available right from the get-go? Can you swing around the whole?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. I mean, we send you at this tower pretty quickly. Like the game opens up with you getting basically an alert that hey, we're going after Fifth right now. Get your butt here, and you start swinging toward it. Then you finish that mission, and the whole city's open to you. Right? Yeah. And it's yeah, you can explore it from pretty much the minute after you beat Fifth.
Yeah, that's one of the things. There's so many things to do in the open world. It's super distracting.
Yeah.
There are times I play the game, I'm trying to test it, check out something, but then I get really, really distracted with the open world, and I never get back to the golden path. So it's awesome.
Like I've gotten to that point where we're coming to the end, right? We're looking at bugs, but there's times where you just like the swinging is so like calming and relaxing. It's a point where I say this, and this means a compliment. You don't take it for granted because it's so easy just to get in the flow of things, and you almost become like therapeutic. Like it's relaxing to swing through the city after a hard day of work. And
Are you trying to say that games is stressful, Brian?
Sometimes. Is that what I'm hearing? Sometimes. But yeah, I mean, it's just it's like we will continue to work on traversal till the producers tell us we can't work on it anymore.
And so that is it, guys. It's got to ship.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's talk. Some of the colored beams of light we kind of see now and again on the map. I'm assuming they represent things that we could do, but what are those particular things?
Oh, the beam.
Yeah.
Those basically is you can go to like you can hit pause and go look at the pause menu, right? But like you also want to keep Spider-Man moving. So basically just kind of ping the world, and your kind of visor gives you a view of all the activities in the area. So like green represents the Peter Gold backpack. It's flexible in there. It kind of gives you a little bit more of the history of his 8 years being Spider-Man. You'll see the red is for active crimes in the area. And then there's one for bases, research stations. Research stations are these quests that you can go on, and the research stations are actually run by Harry Osborn, your best friend, who's out of town. And he's like, hey Pete, can you swing by? You're a smart guy. But he doesn't know you're Spider-Man. So he just thinks you're this smart scientist who's going to solve these problems. But of course, you solve them as Spider-Man. So we have all these, and these are just a handful of the activities that you
Sorry, just saw the high five.
and it's one of the things, just like the beams or lighters kind of, we want you to be able to get where you want to go quickly without kind of stopping the game.
This is amazing. I'm a little worried that I think we're coming to the end of our time here on stage. I'm not sure I want to do that. I just want to keep on watching the traversal.
Well, it's playing on the show, so,
It is. Rob, any final questions you'd like to ask the team?
Are they like any expert level traversal moves that you can't log? Like,
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think the parkour elements in there, looking for the water towers that you can get through, how you get through like the fire escapes, you know, just kind of that. I think it's ways to use like your perch jump, all those extra little layers that they should be easy to execute, but once you kind of start chaining together, you feel pretty damn awesome.
Yeah, you can unlock a few moves that the whole idea is to chain things together, both in combat and traversal. And so there's ones where you can chain the first jump into a big spring and go really, really far. You can actually do that from the ground as well, so you can target or spring out of the dive fall, go all the way around, and then spring really fast out of it. Keeping you moving is the main idea.
I feel like we were finishing it, but it's all kicking off now. Like
now you have to shock.
Well, now you're gonna have to carry on, guys, because I need to see what happens here.
So I mean, this, like I said, we wanted to bring a lot of villains to E3, so this is actually the Shocker who we meet early on in the game, and of course the.
Thank you.
I'm glad you're happy. Here's the Shocker for you, and you know, Shocker is robbing a bank, so we got to take care of it.
Classic bad guy.
Exactly.
I don't rob a bank.
Yep.
Four banks in New York City.
It's a very fancy bank.
It's a very fancy bank. So this is what we call like a boss.
Yeah, this
battle.
would be a boss encounter. So you actually, early on in the game, will run into Shocker. He actually ends up robbing somewhere else, and you actually take him down, and eventually later on, you try to finish the job, and it's your job to stop him. And we'll have other villains that we haven't revealed yet as well.
Oh, you can still have revealed more?
Yeah,
Even after last night?
we didn't figure this would be enough, so you know, we have again, it's like one of those things you need some great boss fights, a lot of villains that haven't super experienced.
This is incredible. What do you think? Are we nearing the end of this boss fight? Do you reckon?
Actually, it's going to probably go on for a little bit.
Oh.
Tough to say.
Well, I guess we will leave it.
Well, people can come play it and finish it.
All the people at home. That's
Oh, I'm sorry.
sad.
Well, I'm sure there's videos of it online.
Okay.
I will be doing our own probably live stream at the office, talking more about the game. So, join into the Insomniac live stream. I think we're going to do one on Friday.
What's the URL for that? So people can
Just go to InsomniacGames.com or the Insomniac Games Twitter feed, and I'm sure it's all there.
Cool. Any final closing words for people watching at home who are just so excited for Spider-Man? Anything you want to share with us?
I guess for me, like one of the things that I love doing on this game is interacting with the fans. The fans have been absolutely so passionate and supportive as we've been creating this Spider-Man game. And I'm so excited that a lot of you guys are here today, and I hope you guys get a chance to check out the demo and obviously play the game when it comes out, September 7th.
Special shout out to the Spidey Squad.
Spidey
They
Squad.
are
Where's the Spidey Squad? Hands up.
They called the game a lot, so thank you again for you guys.
I mean,
Guys,
as excited as people are, we're excited to have the game out there and have it here at E3 playable.
guys, thank you so much. Everybody, that is it from us on the Spider-Man panel. There's loads more content coming up, so if you're watching at home, please stay tuned. Otherwise, guys, thank you so much. You've made Rob's day. He is the happiest man in the world.
E3 is made.
Please stay tuned. There's loads more coming up from PlayStation here at E3.